Hey everybody, welcome to another Cricut Craft tutorial. Today we are going to do print and cut invitations. This is such a fun, easy way for you guys to make invitations for weddings, birthday parties, showers, lots of really great stuff. So first thing we're going to do is start with a blank canvas, and I know for a fact that I'm going to do an invitation for a kid's birthday party. And I want to do it Paw Patrol themed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and search on Google for Paw Patrol, and I'm going to look in the images. And I'm just going to find an image that I like to put on my card. I kind of like this little dog here. I think his name is Chase, but don't quote me on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Chase, and I'm going to save him as, we'll just save him as Chase in my Cricut folder. I'm going to go back into my design space, and I'm going to click Upload. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this little bar. And what we're going to do is click Upload the image, and we're going to browse and find him in our Cricut folder. So here he is right here. I'm going to choose him as Complex because I'm going to get rid of all this white background in the next screen. So we're going to go ahead and click Continue, and I'm just going to remove the white background. And you just have to click on him, I think once, maybe twice, just because he's got a little spot right in between his leg. On the next screen, usually I would tell you to save it over here as a cut image, but we're not going to do that. We're going to save him as a print then cut image. So we're going to go ahead and save him. And he takes a little bit to save because he's so colorful. And we're going to insert him into our design space. So he's a little bit small, so I'm going to make him bigger so you guys can see. We'll resize as we go just so that this is going to be a little big so you guys can see him. So I want to do my invitations in a, let's do hexagon shape. You guys can use any shape you want, especially you can get one off of Google if you'd rather, but I'm just going to use this for ease of use. And I'm going to turn my hexagon to lilac for now, just so you guys can see the edging on it better. But we're going to change it around as we go. So I'm going to add text to this. So this is going to be for Jane's first birthday. Now obviously way too big and I don't like the font, so I'm going to change my font, and I'm just going to go over into my system fonts like I always do because these are fonts that I already own, and I'm just going to pick whatever font I like. Now this is really big and I don't like the way that I have it laid out, so if you would like, what you can do is go into your text, and all you have to do is click enter. And we can actually ungroup the lines so that we can move them around easier. But we're just going to go ahead and resize this, and I'm going to put it right in the center. So what I'm going to use is this alignment, and I'm just going to click center, and it will center Jane's first birthday. I'm going to go ahead and put Chase in. Now you see how he goes behind the shape here. We're going to actually right click on him, and we're going to move him to the front, because we want him to be the front part here. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to resize him a little bit just so he fits better on our card. That looks pretty good. And then we're just going to put in our party details. So we know it's going to be at 123 Main Street. And then I'm going to put Anywhere USA on the separate line. Oops, not USS. So again, we can actually ungroup our lines, and I want to show you guys how to do that. Up here in Advanced, you can click Ungroup to Lines. When you do that, you can move your lines individually and resize them individually. So I'm going to resize this so that it fits next to our dog. And I'm going to move him so he fits next to our dog. Oops, and not grab that. Make sure you grab your words. So there we go. Jane's first birthday, 123 Main Street anyway. And then they're going to know what day it is. So we're just going to have this on April 30th, 2018. So for this one, I'm just going to fit it right under Chase. And there we go. There's Jane's first birthday invitation. Now we're not done because we have to do a couple of things to this. First, I need to change this hexagon to white because I'm not going to have a printed colored background. I just want him on a white background. The next thing that we need to do is to select all of our words and make sure that they are changed to print. So to do that, you come over into your layers and click on your word here, or the scissors, which is how I do it. You click the scissors and you change it to a print. You're going to do that to each of your word things is changed to print. This is kind of a pain, and if you have changed your color of your text, you'll have to change it again. So I just wait to change any of my text color until I have changed it to print. So I'm going to print the date in a different color. I just want to do this so you guys can kind of see all of the fun stuff that you can do with this. So I'm just going to pick random colors, and we're just going to print all of our words and information in just different colors. I know it's ugly, but it's to give you guys an idea. But I want to show you something now. So if I click Make It Now, it is going to jumble up all of our stuff. It's going to move it wherever it wants, and it's going to cut the hexagon on a different page. We don't want that. So we're going to go ahead and cancel our cut. And what we're going to do is select the entire project. So just draw a box around everything, and we're going to click the word flatten. Now this is where everybody panics, and that's okay because I get it. Notice that now we don't have the outline around our hexagon. Everybody's like, oh dear, it went away, it's gone, especially if it's white, you can't see it anymore. It is still there, and it will still cut it. So we're going to click Make It. And I forgot to resize, so that was my fault. So remember that you can only make a certain size. You can only go 9.25 by 7 something. But I'll make it as big as I can so you guys can see. I think that will fit. Yeah, okay. So remember that you always have to resize before you do anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make this project. I want to show you it printing. I'm just going to print on regular paper just to save some of my cardstock. And I want to show you guys how it can do the print and the cut and how cute your birthday invitations will come out. So let's head over to the printer. But first I'm going to hit continue and show you this. So we're going to go ahead and let me turn my printer on for you so it'll actually show you. But while we're waiting for that to start up, we can click send to printer. I'm going to show you a couple of things on this. So you want to make sure that you have your printer selected. Mine keeps always defaulting to this document writer, and that's not what I want. I need it on the Canon. And then if you want to make more than one at a time, so if you're making like 10 invitations, you can just click this and it will print as many copies as you want. I'm only going to do one for you guys. And then here's the bleed option. On something like this, it doesn't really make a difference, but when you're making something that's big and full of color and you're cutting around your color edges, that's when you'll probably want to turn your bleed on. I typically don't leave it on when I'm making just something small and easy like this birthday invitation. So let me load some paper, and then I'll take you guys over to the printer. So what I want to do is address a couple questions that I see a lot, and it's the question of, can you print somewhere else and then have your Cricut cut it? To a point, you can. For example, I had to end up printing this at my work, but you have to send anything that you want the Cricut to print through your design space. So here, I printed this at work, so I just opened Design Space there, and I send it to my work printer. So if you've already printed it, you just click I've already printed, and I have custom materials set on because I cut it just on regular paper. I normally would have done cardstock, but I didn't have any with me. So I'm just going to find copy paper 20 pound and use that, and we're going to click Done. Now I'm going to take you over to the machine, and I'm going to show you guys it cutting out, and I'll show you how it printed first, because a lot of people ask this too. So this is how it printed from my work printer. It shows the registration marks, which you have to have for your printer to cut. So we're going to go ahead and insert our image, and we're going to just click load. And remember, this is going to cut that shape around it, so we're going to go ahead and click go. And this is going to be a super simple cut, so it's going to cut it really quickly. But first thing it has to do is read all of the registration marks on our item. So I don't know if you guys can see the light on, but let me see if I can turn this off. You see that light that's on? That's reading your registration marks. Some people are having issues with it reading, and a lot of times it's because your room is too bright. So if that does happen, try turning all the lights down in your room, or if you have like a work light like this, just make sure that you do turn it off and see if that helps your problem. Or you can also trace over your registration marks very, very carefully with a Sharpie marker. But if you do elect to do that, just make sure that you do very, very carefully. Now you'll see that now it is cutting because it has read where our design is. So we're going to let that thing cut out, and as soon as it's finished, we'll pull it off, and I'll show you guys how easy these print and cuts are. You can do so much with them. Like I said, you guys can do all sorts of invitations, tags for projects, lots of different things, but we'll pull this off here, and it might bend a little just because it's copy paper. But here we go, is our shape all cut out perfectly from our Cricut. Printed our little Paw Patrol guy very nicely. All of our information, super easy to read. This is a lot faster than doing like a write. So if you wanted to write out your entire birthday invitation, it would take a really, really long time. So that's why I like these print and cuts, especially when you're using a little character like this guy. If you guys have any questions, please make sure you do leave those below. Also, if you have any tutorials that you'd like to see, leave those below as well in the comments. Make sure you do subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos all the time. Make sure you do click the bell icon because that will alert you anytime I post a new video. I hope you guys have a great day.